Yo, what up, y'all? We back like we never left. Fifth quarter, week 16, with the week 15 recap. It's only one game we waiting on, and then we're gonna keep the show moving. But we just gonna go ahead and knock this out. Meantime, between time, I just knocked it out in my other league, so I said, gotta get right on this right now and knock this out while I'm on. So we're gonna get into it, but before we get into it, I go to the chat and said, you know, sometimes honesty come back to bite you. And I know anybody that seen me put that probably was like, yo, what is he talking about? What does that mean? Honesty come back to bite you. And the only reason why I'm deciding to even talk about this, because I see this is something that's still being talked about. And that's the game between Relly and Carnage. Right? Now, here's the thing. A lot of us been playing these leagues for so long, right? That you kind of get accustomed to people, right? You start seeing and understanding, you know, people and their ways and everything like that, right? So remember, every day people see each other in the chat and nobody forgets anything. Everybody got a memory, right? So let me just take you back to exactly what I'm talking about. Carnage and Relly was scheduled to play a couple of weeks ago. Now, we was waiting on one game to be played or whatever the case may be. But I know that they were saying that if BAP could advance early, right, on a Saturday night, and Carnage was like, Relly, you know, they were saying, yo, Relly, can you play if BAP advance? BAP gonna advance if we could play tonight. Relly said he can't because he said he's watching a movie with his girl, right? Now, that's the whole thing that we're going to talk about. And the thing about it is that, do I believe Relly? Absolutely. If he say he's watching a movie with his girl, I'm believing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even questioning that. But here's the thing. Nobody's not really accustomed to really saying things like that. And I think that's where the whole thing went left. And that's why I say sometimes honesty can come back to bite you. So what I'm basically saying is that, yeah, I believe Relly was watching a movie with his lady. You understand? But because nobody really ever seen Relly say that before, when he now says it, it looks like, oh, he want more time to do whatever, whether it's the scout or whatever is a fair sim, because he know if they don't play now, they're not gonna be able to play. It looks that way. Don't mean that that's the case. So again, my personal opinion, do I think Relly's watching a movie with his lady? Yes, I do. You understand? There's nothing wrong with that at all. You know, but when nobody's accustomed to you saying that, and when you come out and say it against certain individuals, it gets taken a whole nother way. So now it looks like, oh, Relly watching a movie with his lady. Since when? You understand? Like, Relly could have damn near literally been laid up there in his socks and a robe on with his lady watching the movie. But because nobody's accustomed to hearing Relly say that, it looks a whole different way. I'm not accustomed to hearing Relly say that. You understand? I can't recall Relly saying that too many times since we've been in these leagues, you know, together. Now, here's the thing. You can't always hold the man accountable now from before, Maybe before Relly was living that bachelor life where he could play at the drop of a dime. The man got a newborn. The man got a wifey. Things change. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes, you know, even if you're saying the truth, it can definitely be, it can come back to bite you because it was never said before. You understand? So that's the thing. If people not accustomed to you saying something and all of a sudden you say, even if it's the truth, it's perceived a whole nother way. So that's why I was saying I got something funny to talk about, because that's still being talked about now, which is why I'm addressing it, because that's still being talked about. These guys played weeks ago. You understand? Now, my thing is this. People were saying, well, why is Carnage screaming for a fair sim after one night? Well, and they haven't even advanced yet. Well, I'm gonna tell you why. Because Carnage know that they're on two different schedules. Carnage know that he worked nights, Relly worked days. So he's saying, look, if we don't play now on this little small window, we a fair sim. You know, to me, Carnage not the type of guy that's gonna be rooting for a fair sim. You know what I'm saying? He plays his games. So he's not the guy that I would look at and be like, oh, he's trying to get a fair sim. You know what I mean? So why would I question about that? You know what I'm saying? But like I say, the whole thing when Relly said he watched the movie with his lady, you know, nobody's accustomed to Relly talking like that. So now even when he says it, even if it's 100% true, you know, it looks a whole different way. It's like, yo, Relly watching a movie with his lady since when? I ain't never heard Relly talking about he watching a movie with his lady. So now here comes the clowning. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I say he being honest. Sometimes honesty sometimes not even worth being honest. Sometimes you better off telling a lie. You understand what I'm saying? Because, you know, people like to hear a pretty lie than a fascinating lie than a boring truth. You know, so he was better off saying 100 different other things. The man said one thing that I'm pretty sure he actually was doing, and then it's like it's still being talked about to this day. So that's why I say sometimes being honest don't pay. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just funny. It's just a funny thing because it's still being talked about. It's still being mentioned, and these guys have to play again. That's the funny thing. They play again the last week of the season. So, if you think the last one from a couple weeks ago is still being talked about, imagine the last week of the season when they mess around and have the same record. That's really going to be something that's going to be talked about probably from the rest of the playoffs, during the off season, all the way going into next season. So, you know, it's just funny because, like I say, we all been playing these leagues long enough. You get accustomed to guys, you know, certain ways or whatever. Even if things no longer they was before, when dudes come out and say certain things now, it gets looked at a whole different way. That's all. And like I said, Relly is a prime example of that. You know, nobody's never used to Relly saying. And then another thing is, Relly's always been the type of guy that even if he is busy, you know, he's still gonna try to play after the movie. But again, when you got a newborn and when you got a lady, you know, things change. You understand? Like, you know, I know hands down, trust me, I know absolutely what that is, what that's about. You know, so just because maybe a year or two ago I was able to tell you, y'all watching a movie with a shorty, yo, I could play you when the movie's over, don't mean that you still get them same opportunities now. You understand? So again, I'm just talking about the whole honesty thing. You know, nobody can really say Relly was lying, but yet, you know, it's still being talked about. So I just think it's hilarious. And like I say, sometimes it just seems like you better off just telling a lie. You know what I mean? But, you know, a lot of lies goes on in the chat anyway, you know, on different levels. You know, people talking about what they got, people talking about what they had, people talking about what they doing. And I always say, if we got shorties in this chat, somebody please let me know. Cause it ain't nothing in this chat but a bunch of niggas. You understand? So I really don't be understanding. This is not applying to Relly and Carnage. I'm just saying the different things that I see that goes on in the chat. You know, but I just wanted to talk about that real quick, you know, about the whole honesty thing. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, some of you niggas are hilarious, man. You know what I'm saying? If we got shorties in here on the low that's cheerleading or something, let me know. Tell them to comment on the fifth quarter. Let me know that we got some shorties in the group. We got some shorties in this group chat or something. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when I open up the fifth quarter, I start addressing the ladies. If the ladies in here, as far as I know, we got 32 niggas. You understand? 32 Negroes in here. You know what I mean? But again, the type of talk that I be seeing going down, I be like, for what? You know, I never was one to try to impress no other guys. No matter how fly I got, no matter how, you know what I'm saying, whatever I thought I was doing, it was always for the ladies. You understand? It was never for no guys. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure most of y'all are the same way. I can't say all of y'all, but I'm gonna say most of y'all. But anyway, let's move right along. Enough about that. Let's get back to Madden. First up, we had a very big game. We had the Chargers against the Chiefs. And I said this is a big game for both because of the Chargers, for one, because he's trying to get in the playoffs, and Chiefs because he had a one-game lead over the Broncos. So this was a very, very big game right here. And the Chargers came up big in this one. He won 20-13. And yes, I took the Chargers to pull off the upset. You know what I mean? So I took the Chargers. I took the Chargers to pull off the upset, and they came through. Biggest win of the year so far for the Chargers. I can't say this is going to be the biggest win of the year because he still got a big game left. He still got big games left, period. You know, and one of them is against the Broncos. But at the moment, this was the biggest win of the year for the Chargers. And that has to feel good moving forward. You know, so you know, at the end of the day, man, good win for the Chargers team. And Chiefs definitely got to bounce back after this. Next, we had Eagles and Washington. Eagles pulled off an upset over the Washington football team, 36-35. Good win for this Eagles team. They got the job done. They haven't had nothing to be happy about this season, but this is one shining moment that they can look back and hold their hat on. Good win for the Eagles team. Then we had Browns over the Raiders. Browns won 63-0 over the Raiders. I expected a way better performance than this from the Raiders, but I guess Raiders didn't care about this at all after things started going a little left. He just threw in the towel. Not mad at him at all, but Browns definitely got something to play for. He's not somebody that has a playoff spot locked in, so he got to keep balling and doing what he's doing. Next, we had Dolphins and Jets. Trey Dog got a nice win over the Jets, 37-10. Trey Dog, business as usual, took care of business, but believe it or not, he still has to close out strong to win that division over there in the AFC East. But he definitely didn't allow Jets to come in and make no upset noise this week. He got the job done in a major way. Next, we had Panthers and Bills. Bills took a tough loss at home to the Panthers. Like I say, Bills is definitely having a different season than what they were last season. You know, it's been night and day for them. But no matter what, they still right there. They still have a shot to be in the playoff. They are the number 7 seed, so they still right where they want to be. They just gotta close out strong. They gotta finish out very, very strong. But good one for this Panthers team, and Panthers still trying to come for that number 1 seed. He's 2 games out, and we'll see how that thing plays out over there. Next, we had Colts and Pats. This game like it will not get played. Cowboys and Giants. Man, Huff, how bad is that loss to the Broncos now? Because you look back and you are still in the playoff race But you look at your loss column and you gotta feel like we should have one loss on here. We should have one loss less than what we're looking at. That game against Carnage, that game right there is the one that's really hurting right now more than any other loss you had on here, because you are in this race. You need help, but if it wasn't for that loss, you'd have been in a much better position. So that game, man, is really hurting right now. But you just gotta finish strong. Like I said about other guys, no matter what, it's spilled milk now. You just gotta continue to play. This is a shootout right here, 52-50. Hey, you didn't mean to give up this many points, but you scored 2 more points to get the win. Good win for you, because you and the Giants also, got a spot for that 7th seed as well as the 6th seed. So very interesting last couple of weeks. Then we had myself against the Texans. Like I said, we got life, and when you got life, you try to make the most of it. Ain't no pressure on us at all. The pressure is on the Texans. He's been in first for like the last month. He's starting to crumble at the last moment. He still got some big games left. So no pressure on us. There was no pressure on us in this game. Pressure is all on him. We playing with house money, and when you playing with house money, you got nothing to lose. You can't lose. You can only win. So we here. Next, we had Titans and Steelers. Titans took advantage of a struggling Steelers team. That's been the case all year. And Titans know this is it. He can't afford to fumble. He got a nice, tough schedule waiting for him ahead too. He played the Texans the last season of the last game of the season. So him too gotta come out and handle his business. One second, y'all. But good win for the Titans team. Like I said, they know what they got to do. David Ruffin, who I haven't been hearing too much about lately, he's gotta close out the show. Next, we had Ravens and Packers, and there's not too much to say about the Ravens. They've been dominating. They're on a crazy win streak, something like 13, 14 in a row. So they've been hands down the best team in the league, and Packers just found that out the hard way. But Packers got his own stuff to worry about. You know what I'm saying? He got stuff to go on with the Lions. He got to figure out. So this is gonna be a last interesting few weeks, and this what makes the league dope, is that you got so much competition that these playoff races coming down to the last few weeks. Because I'm gonna tell you, a lot of times, man, you get to the last 2 weeks, it'd be like one spot left. Everybody got X's and Y's next to their names. But nah, man, you got guys that started off slow, that's getting hot. You got guys that started off hot, that's now, ice cold. So it's going both ways, man. And this is going to be a very, very interesting last couple of weeks of the season. But y'all been doing a wonderful job knocking y'all games out. Y'all been battling, and we here. We approaching the finish line sooner than later. Then we had Lions and Cards, and this Lions team, they pulled this one out late in the game. They went up and scored the touchdown. But man, this is a tough loss for this Cards team, because he's on a 3-game losing streak, and he is going cold at the wrong time of the year right now. So He's got a, and like I say, that like I told him earlier in the chat, he still control his own destiny. He got 7 losses, so he now has 7 losses also, but he still hold one of them spots. Now, if he lose again and goes to 8 losses, now that's a whole different ball game now. You know, so Card still controlling his own destiny, man. But man, he's got to snap this losing streak like his next week, like his next game. You know, but it's still a couple of games left. Things could still go either way, and I'm here for it. I'm here to see how this plays out. But Lions got a much needed win. Like I said, he's in the battle right now with the Packers, but I think by the Packers losing, this puts the Lions up 1 game over the Packers over there in that NFC North. So this is a big time win for the Lions team. Then we got then we had Bengals and Broncos. Mad Matt's going against Carnage. I took the Broncos to win this one. We're just waiting for this one to get played. This is a very big game right here right now, especially because the Chiefs lost. Broncos win. No, that doesn't put him over the Chiefs, I don't think, but that definitely keeps them tied, if I'm not mistaken, and we'll see who's ranked where come well, Chiefs still got the tiebreaker over the Broncos right now, but this game is way bigger for the Bengals, of course. So Bengals need this one in a desperate way, but I took the Broncos to win this. Then we had Lowski, who's been playing terrible ball, finally was able to get a win against the Falcons. This is a bad loss for the Falcons team, man. They definitely had a shot to keep their playoff hopes alive, but I just don't know. I just think this type of loss right here against a team who's been struggling ain't going to do them no favors at all. So, good win for the 49ers, man. They got to feel good to get a win when you've been losing. 49ers been losing lately, but he got a win. And this Falcons team, man, got a lot of questions on this team going into the offseason. Then we had Bucks and Saints, and this is a big-time win for the Bucks. They won 28-18. They snapped a 6-game losing streak. They hold that 7th seed, but I don't know. I don't know who's going to be the 7th seed out of him and the Cards. It's probably still going to be him, but he snapped the losing streak, and man, he definitely snapped the Saints winning streak. Saints had won 6 in a row, so this is a big win for the Bucks. This is a big loss for the Saints, and we'll see what happened after this. After we advance, we'll see who play who. But I know Bucks, his next two out of 3 games against the Panthers, so that's not gonna do him. That's what that is, E. So that next 2 out of 3 games is not gonna help him out at all against the Panthers. So he got to come with it, which means that 7th seed is opening the door for these other guys that's clamoring for that spot. And with the Cards on their losing streak, they are definitely handing their playoff spot over. Yeah, exactly. Main event. You starting to get a bad reputation. When you losing, you seem to be talking about you lagging. But when you winning or in a position look like you're gonna win, you ain't having no issues. So like I say, that spotlight is on you now, bruh. You understand what I'm saying? That spotlight is on you now. So moving forward, I will be watching. You cannot afford no more connections going out on you when you losing. Vikings and Bears. Vikings won this one 38-14. This is a good win for the Vikings. Like I said, he's heating up, but his season is over. Too little, too late. But, you know, it's always good to carry that momentum into next season. Next, we got week 16 up, and we got Niners and Titans. And, oh, baby, is this a tough game for the Titans. I remember the Titans told Dre he a bum because he lost to the Niners. Now, Titans, sometimes you reap what you sow. I told y'all the Niners is not a bum. His record is the way it is. Yeah, he's been losing lately, but he missed quite a few games in the beginning. And he had a couple of forced losses due to his schedule. But the Niners can play. And if the Niners didn't know that you called them out when you said, Dre, you lost to one of the weakest guys in the league, if he listened to this 5th quarter, he now knows what you said about him, which is bulletin board material. And hell, I'm not rooting for the Titans. We all know I'm rooting for the Niners, so let's go Niners. Um, Titans got more to play for. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, he got more to play for. The Niners just snapped the losing streak that he's been on. He's been pretty cold lately. And as bad as I want the Titans to lose, I think that he's going to pull this one out. You know, if he plays the way that he need to play, because I think part of the problem. Well, let me shut up. I'm not here to help you. I'm not here to help you at all. I'm here to watch you lose. But I'm going to take the Titans anyway in a close one. And a close one. But I'm telling you, upset alert all over this game. Give me the Titans over the Niners this week, 31-29. Next, we got Browns and Packers. Big game right here as well. Why? Because Murph does not have a playoff spot sewn up. You know, he's the sixth seed, but he can't afford no losses. The Chargers is right. That Chargers win over the Chiefs made things that more interesting. So, and the Packers, he got a big game because he's in the battle. He's in the battle with the Lions. So this is a big game for both guys. So definitely something that you want to pay attention to. So the first two games of this week is two big games. It's a big game for the Titans, and this Browns and Packers game is a big game for both. Now we got to see who gonna pull this out. I'm gonna go. Man, we in the late part of the season. Browns going into Lambeau. You know what that means? Possible snowstorm. I'm going Green Bay in this one. Home field advantage. Probably playing in snow. Give me Green Bay over Cleveland. Which way do I go? I don't think a lot of points would be scored if it's this blizzard they playing in. So I'm gonna keep it fairly low. I'm gonna go Packers 20, Browns 17. You going against the Colts, and if the Colts come and Coach knows that this is an incentive game. If I'm him, I'm coming with my A game. You know, Cards definitely need this one. He already lost one to the Bears. That's coming back to haunt him. He needs this one in a major way. A major way. He got to snap. He got to snap that 3-game losing streak that he on. And I believe he will do that this week, you know, to carry things over into next week to make it, you know, even more interesting now as we get closer to the end of the season. But first and foremost, we got to see if the coach show up. But if he shows up, he must know that this is a sensitive game for him against the Cards, because the Cards are holding on to that playoff spot with 2 fingers. They ain't even got 5 fingers on it. They got 2 fingers on it. They barely got a grip, but they holding on for dear life. But I'm going to take the Cards to win this one over the Colts. 34-22. Next, we got Giants and Eagles. This is the sensitive game for the Eagles because the Giants have a spot for them on wild card spots. So Naruto, if you listening, this is a sensitive game for you. Giants, if he got 8 losses now, if he loses this game, that's it. I said 9 losses is not going to get you in the playoffs over here in the NFC. So this is make it or break it for the Giants right here. This is their playoff game. So no, we don't. Ain't no sensitive game against Washington, bro. He's already in the playoff. And sensitive games only for guys trying to make the playoffs. We ain't out here just trying to give everybody all type of upgrades for anything. He played Washington and he won, but Washington ain't playing for nothing. You know what I'm saying? They in already. It's sensitive games only for guys that has a playoff spot that can be knocked out, or guys that's trying to get in. That's like a game or 2 out. Those are incentive games, not against Washington. You know what I'm saying? But this is an incentive game right here against the Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Mic check, mic check. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. All right, there we go. My headset went dead on me, so I had to unplug that joint. Mic check. But all right, but here we go. Like I said, I got Giants over the Eagles. Believe it or not, I'm going Giants over the Eagles to win this one. Even though Eagles gonna be playing to play spoiler, I think the Giants know that he got way more on the line, so I think he gets it done this week. In a close one. Give me Giants 24, Eagles 22. That's how close I think that game will be. 24-22, Giants over the Eagles. Next, we got Rams and Vikings. And Claw, he's been balling with this Rams, man. He's the champ. You understand? And one thing, when you're the champ, you want to defend your throne. So, he's the number 1 seed. Pearl's 2 games out. So, and then the Rams got a tough game coming up against the Ravens. So he's got to take care of all his other games. He's going against the Vikings team who's been playing good ball lately. But like I said, it's just been a little too late. You know what I'm saying? That's all that's been. But I'm gonna go with the champ in this one. I think he gets the job done in this one. Plus, as a head-to-head user, he's just been having his number on a personal matchup. You know, so I'm going Rams in this one. 37-19. Next, we got Bills and Pats. Black Star going against DP. DP knows he cannot afford to let one slip away. And I've been saying about Black Star for the longest. Black Star is sneaky good. Black Star is one of them guys that, like I say, you look up, you see he got a losing record, and you come into this game feeling like we got this. And you don't come out and you don't kill him, and before you know it, you're in the 4th quarter and you're down. This game got upset written all over it. Trust me when I tell you. I know the Bills know is well aware that he can't afford to lose, but I know he can't help but to think that this is a game that he got. You know what I mean? So I'm going to take the Bills to win this, but do not be surprised if you look up and see these two playing and it's tied or it's a 1-score game in the 4th quarter. I'm going to go Bills, but I think it's going to be pretty competitive. Give me Buffalo 33, Pats 28. Next, we got Bucks and Panthers. And the Bucks couldn't have had a worse schedule because even though he's the 7th seed right now, with all of these other teams clamoring for a spot, his last 2 out of 3 games is against the Panthers. So this is not a spot. This is not a spot you want to be in. But you know what? He's here. There's nothing you can do about it. All you can do, get on that field, give it his best shot. I'm taking the Panthers to win this one, especially because it's in Carolina. So I'm going to Panthers in this one, 36-14. 36-14 Panthers over the Bucks. Next, we got myself against E. Bowling. And yes, E, this is an incentive game for you. Against myself. We fighting to try to do something over there in that division. And your season is over, so you definitely still got something to play for. And you're at home, so we traveling to New York. Weather's probably going to be cold, and wouldn't be surprised if it's snowing over there. But, we got to come and do what we got to do. Bottom line. Jags favorite in this one by 4 over the Jets. Next, we got Lions and Falcons. I don't know if this is an incentive game for the Falcons because the Lions, they're in. The Lions is in. Regardless. They just playing for the division. They are in. They're in no matter how you spin it. But man, can the Falcons bounce back? Can the Falcons bounce back and do the Packers a favor? Packers trail by 1 game to the Lions, so let's see how this thing plays out. I'm going Lions to win this one, though. I think the Lions. Listen, he's playing great ball at the right time, so give me Lions to win this week. 34-24. Chargers and Texans. Very, 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 very big game right here. Texans got a 1 game lead in the division. Chargers 1 game out of a wild card spot. Whoever loses this game, it's going to hurt tremendously. And let's just be honest, in that division with the Texans, Titans, and myself, there is no wild card. There is no wild card team coming out of there. So in order for you to get in the playoffs, you got to win a division. Chargers, he can't win his division, so he needs a wild card. So we both in similar scenarios, just different circumstances. One is for a wild card, one is for division. But nevertheless, this is a very, very big game right here. Chargers coming off a big time win over the Chiefs. Texans coming off a loss to myself. Chargers coming to this game with that morale higher, with more confidence. Texans feeling like he's feeling like he got to show up this week. Chargers feeling like we got to do what we did last week. I think Chargers coming to this game with more confidence right now at the moment. So I'm going with the Chargers, even though they're on the road. Give me the Chargers over the Texans. 31-24. Chargers over the Texans, 31-24. Next, we got Ravens and Bengals. And this right here, depending what the Bengals do against Carnage in Week 15, this one right here might be the nail. This one will be the nail in the coffin if he loses. So, Bengals got a tough schedule. So listen, he got to handle his business against the Broncos, and then he got to come and handle his business against the Ravens. Unfortunately, he's playing against the #1 team in the league right now, and I don't think the Ravens come in here and play no games. I like the Ravens in this one over the Bengals, 28-14. Next, we got Bills. Oh, this is a force for the Bears. Steelers and Chiefs. Chiefs coming off a tough loss last week. Steelers haven't had nothing going on at all this whole season. I don't think the Chiefs try to play no games this week and give itself a possibility for upset. But still in all, you got to come and you got to play ball. You can't expect nobody to hand nothing to you. So Chiefs got to handle their business. I think they will, though. They're at home. I think they get back from the loss they got last week. I'll take Chiefs this week over the Steelers, 32-14. Next, we got Broncos and Raiders. Coach Coleman, can he pull off an upset this week over this Broncos team? Chiefs will be rooting for him big time. Listen, the Raiders can do it, man. The Raiders can play. After this upcoming offseason that we having, Raiders gonna be a problem over in the AFC. The problem is, how does he show up in this game? Does he give a damn, or what I'm saying? What state of mind does he show up with in this game? That's a question that I have no answer for. So I got to go with the Broncos in this one if they play. Give me the Broncos over the Raiders, 34-18. Next, we got Washington and Dallas. And this right here is a tough game for the Cowboys. And, man, do they need this big time right here. They need this game badly. They cannot afford to, if they still want to have playoff hopes alive, and that's why I said that loss to the Broncos is major, because he got 8 losses. You look back at that game, he had no business losing. Should have 7. He lose this one, he put him at 9. That's going to officially eliminate him. But, hey, man, if you got to go out swinging. Give it your all. This is your playoff game. There is no tomorrow. 9 losses is not going to get it done. So this is your playoff game. Your wild card starts right now, right here. Cowboys in Washington, and unfortunately, I got to go with Washington over Dallas. But I think Dallas will make it respectable. I don't think he's just going to lay down. But I got Washington anyway. Give me Washington over Dallas, 33-21. And to close out the week, we got Dolphins and Saints, and I know the Bills will have his Saints jersey on watching this game. Dolphins need this one because even though he's been playing great ball, the Bills are still right there. And if the Bills and Dolphins end with the same record, the Bills have the tiebreaker over the Dolphins. So Dolphins got to continue rolling and play good ball like the way he's been playing. Saints took a tough loss last week. I don't know how they bounce back from this. I don't know if they feel like, yo, we tried, we gave it our best shot, don't even care, don't know. But I like the way the Dolphins team been playing, hands down. So I'm going with Dolphins in this one. In a close one, though. I'm going to go Dolphins 26, Saints 22. Dolphins 26, Saints 22. That's it, y'all. That's Week 16 predictions. Week 15 recap. We waiting on that one game that I don't know if it's even being played yet. Is it? Nope, still not being played. So, I'll advance or one of the commissioners will advance when that game is played. But until then, I'll see y'all in the next fifth quarter. I'm going.